Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is day 11 of daily CGI. So today I dove into geometry nodes for the first time by following another Blender Guru tutorial. The tutorial I followed was called Beginner Blender Geometry Node Tutorial, Part 1 and Part 2. Came to a total of about 27 minutes in length. I'll put a link to the description to Part 1 of the video that I followed. A link in the description down below, sorry. But just a quick side note, while we're on the topic of Blender Guru, Andrew Price, hats off to Andrew Price. I've only watched a couple of his tutorials at this point, but I really appreciate the teaching style. It might be biased because like the Australian accent and everything, but who knows. But yeah, no, he does this thing where he incorporates common mistakes that beginners might come across when trying to do something in Blender, common mistakes, pitfalls, issues, that kind of thing, and he incorporates them into the tutorials and then shows you how to fix it from that point, the point at which the mistake occurred or the issue came up. So I don't know many YouTubers who actually have that style where they incorporate it into their video and actually demonstrate it like that. It makes it way more memorable, and just building it into the video like that, where you're watching a tutorial on that topic for the first time, it makes it way easier to remember, as opposed to, let's say I'm going off on my own and trying it, and then I come across the issue, then I'm having to explain to a search engine, what the issue is, and I might not be able to fully articulate that because I'm a beginner. So, and then you have to just go through countless forums to try and find a solution. So, I appreciate his style. NFTs aside. End tangent, end side note. Today's tutorial that I followed was geometry nodes, basically applying these sugar crystals to a candy object. So the candy is made up of just a cube, subdivision surface modifier applied, and the top scaled in, and an edge added towards the bottom. The sugar crystal looks like this. It's just a cube with beveled edges. Or is it a bevel modified? We use the modifier on that one. And then the geometry nodes ended up looking like this. This was the bulk of the tutorial. There's some mathematics involved, mathematical functions and whatnot. Poisson disk. I vaguely remember the name Poisson from Poisson distribution. So yeah, obviously some maths guy. Randomized scale and rotation. That's how there was a random element to the scale and rotation of the sugar cubes just to make it a little bit more realistic. Instance on points, distribute points on faces. I guess that part is how you sort of applied the sugar cubes to the actual faces of the object. And that's the long and the short of it. Random tangent, I learned how to add these frames with Control J from the documentation. And then you've got Blender Guru saying that everyone uses the node wrangler and use Control P to, create the frames. So now we're getting to a point where I'm having to use additional add-ons, which is fine, right? It looks like it adds a lot of hotkeys for certain things, quality of life improvements, but then I don't know which shortcut I should use. And then beyond that, I found object info was coming up a lot in this kind of thing, so I went and applied it to my Logitech keyboard, so I can just press a button now and it brings up that particular node. I'd do it for more of them, but I don't know which nodes are most common in geometry nodes editor. Clearly there's a lot of them. But yeah. I'm getting distracted here. And then after doing all of that and applying the distributing the sugar crystals, he basically said, I don't want to spend another 20 minutes doing the materials, so just take my final file and append the material values, the materials to your own. So I was able to import the materials that way, or you could just take a screenshot of his and add them in manually if you wanted to, I guess. But yeah, this is the output. It's pretty good. It's not the final output. Like, I haven't rendered it out, but it's not bad. 10 out of 10 tutorial. It's a nice introductory, easing me into it. And he also, I forget the name of the channel that he mentioned, but there was a channel that he mentioned in one of those 2 videos that he said the guy that runs this other YouTube channel is way more experienced and skilled in geometry nodes. He's like an expert or something. So I'm going to have to go down that rabbit hole at some point in the future as well. But overall, it was a good experience. I'm looking forward to learning more. Maybe that's like naive beginner logic, but it could be fun. I've just got this feeling. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video or got some value out of it. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's always appreciated, and I will see you tomorrow in my next video. Have a good one. See you.